Hi, today in social studies, we're going to be talking about something called checks and balances. Checks and balances is a very important concept that our entire government system was built upon. To understand checks and balances, we need to know a little bit about what it was like before the United States became its own free country. Before we became a country, we were ruled by England and the King of England. And the founders, the framers of our Constitution, they thought that the King of England had too much power. There was nobody in England who could stop the king if the king was abusing their power or using their power in a bad way. So they didn't want that to happen in the United States. So they created a system of checks and balances. They created three branches of government: the executive branch, which is where the president, vice president, and the cabinet members are; the legislative branch, which is Congress, your House of Representatives, and your senators; and the judicial branch, which is the courts and the judges. And each of those three branches has its own powers and its own way to check the powers of the other branches. So it's called checks and balances because the power is supposed to be balanced. We don't want too much power on one side or too much power on the other side. We want each of the three parts to kind of keep each other in check. Okay, so there are different ways that the three branches of government can check each other's power. So the president and the president, if the president is not using his power correctly or her power correctly, the legislative branch, Congress, they can vote to impeach the president. If they impeach the president, that means they can remove the president from their job. And then the vice president would become president. Or if the president is using their executive powers to do something that isn't really constitutional, it doesn't follow our founding constitution, the judicial branch, the judges, they can say, no, you can't do that. That's not right. And they can stop that executive order from happening. Congress can be held in check by the other two branches as well. So Congress, if they try to pass a bill, it goes to the president and the president has to sign it. The president, if the president doesn't think it's a good bill, the president can not sign it. If they sign it, it becomes a law. But if they do not sign it, it will go back to Congress. And the only way Congress can then make that a law is if they get 2/3 of all the representatives in Congress and 2/3 of the Senate to approve the bill. And the judicial branch, just like they do with the president, they can come back and they can say that law is not constitutional, and then it can't be a law if it doesn't follow the Constitution about fairness or equality, or just doesn't protect our rights like it should. And then the judicial branch is held in check by the other two branches as well. For example, the president is usually the one that appoints the judges, and then Congress has to approve the judges. So the president and Congress can actually influence the way that the laws are interpreted by appointing the judges on the high courts like the Supreme Court. So when we think about it, we have three major branches or arms of our government, and they all do a pretty good job of keeping each other in check and making sure that nobody uses their power incorrectly or nobody has too much power over everything. Okay, so today you are going to have a short article to read about the three branches of government and the checks and balances. And then you're going to join the discussion and write 2 or 3 sentences about something that you learned today about checks and balances in the United States government. And I'm going to really challenge you to use some of those difficult social studies words that Mr. Bresson used in the video or that you see in the article, like executive branch, legislative branch, judicial branch, checks and balances. Impeach. And remember, we said impeach is when you kick out the president or you impeach a judge and kick out a judge. So I'm going to challenge you to use some of those words in your description of what you learned in the discussion today. All right, see you soon.